9 to 5 is broken. When you look at what's happening in 2026, one thing is obvious. One person with the right AI stack can now do the work of a small team. If you set it up correctly, AI can realistically automate a huge chunk of your weekly workload content, admin, even parts of client work without you hiring anyone or sitting in an office all day. Most people are still using AI like a toy. I use it like a system. In this video, I'm going to show you my Sovereign stack, the exact AI setup I'm using to move away from the 9 to 5 system and buy back more of my time. No employees, no agency, no crazy budget. Just a smart stack of tools that work together. One for visuals, one for voice, one for editing, and one for shorts. By the end of this video, you'll know the exact workflow I use so you can copy it, adapt it, and start building your own exit from the 9 to 5. The traditional 9 to 5 model is built on a simple assumption. Your time is the product. You sell 8 hours a day to someone else, they decide what that time is worth, and if you stop showing up, the money stops. That made sense when one person could only do the work of one person. But that's not the world we live in now. With AI, a single creator, solopreneur, or small business owner can run what used to take a team: a video editor, a voice actor, a motion designer, a social media person, sometimes even an assistant. The question is no longer, should I use AI? The question is, how do I build a stack that frees me from selling all my time? For me, that answer is what I call the sovereign stack. It's not about having 100 tools. It's about 4 layers that quietly replace the kind of work that used to keep me stuck in a 9 to 5 rhythm. Let me walk you through each layer and show you exactly how I use it. Layer 1, Visuals, Higgsfield. First layer in the Sovereign stack is the visuals, and for me, that's Higgsfield. Think of Higgsfield as my cinematic department. Instead of hiring a videographer, buying an expensive camera, or spending hours digging through stock sites, I feed Higgsfield a short text prompt and it gives me custom cinematic clips. For this video, I started with my script and marked the key moments I wanted powerful visuals for. The feeling of being trapped in a 9 to 5. The idea of walking away from the office into freedom. The abstract idea of AI agents working in the background for me. Then I turned each of those into a prompt. For example, for the stuck in the 9 to 5 feeling, I might use cinematic 4K shot, exhausted office worker sitting under fluorescent lights at night, stacks of paperwork on the desk, cold blue tones, slow zoom in. For the freedom moment, wide shot of a single person walking out of a glass office tower into warm sunset light, soft lens flare, hopeful mood, slow motion. And for the AI agents, futuristic workspace with glowing floating screens and digital assistants working in the background while one relaxed person watches from a couch. Clean, minimal style. Higgsfield generates these elite-looking clips for me in a few minutes. I don't need to leave my room. I don't need to hire anyone. Layer 1 of the Sovereign stack replaces what an entire visual team or expensive B-roll budget would have done for me. The visuals are only one part of the experience, though. The next step is making sure the voice matches the level of quality on screen. Layer 2, Voice, 11 Labs. The second layer is the voice, and this is where a lot of AI channels lose people. You can have great ideas and great visuals, but if your voice sounds robotic or generic, it's really hard to build trust, especially when you're talking about money, career, or freedom. That's why I use 11 Labs as my dedicated voice department. Here's how I do it. First, I write the script in a conversational way, like I'm talking to one friend, not an audience of strangers. Then I paste that script into 11 Labs. I pick one main voice that fits my brand: calm, confident, and clear. You can also clone your own voice, but the key is consistency. I want viewers to recognize me by how I sound, even if I'm faceless. I generate the audio in a few chunks: intro and hook, main body of the content, outro and call to action. If a paragraph doesn't sound quite right, I don't throw everything away. I just regenerate that specific part until it matches the tone I want. In less than half an hour, I have a clean, studio-quality narration track ready to drop into my editor. No recording room, no microphone setup, no retakes at 1 in the morning. Layer 2 of the Sovereign stack replaces a voice actor and a recording studio. Once the visuals and the voice are ready, it's time to glue everything together into a single video people will actually watch all the way through. That's where the next layer comes in. Layer 3, Assembly, CapCut, plus Layer 4, Shorts, Opus Clip, plus Outro. Layer 3 is where everything becomes an actual video, the assembly. For that, I use CapCut Desktop. CapCut is my editing bay, my motion graphics team, and my quality control, all in one place. Here's exactly how I use it for a video like this. Step 1. I create a new 16 to 9 project in CapCut and import everything. My 11 Labs voiceover, my Higgsfield clips, any screen recordings, and my music track. Step 2. I drop the full voiceover onto the timeline and clean it up. I remove any long silences, tighten transitions between sections, and make sure the pacing feels smooth and intentional. Step 3. I stack the visuals on top of the voice. For the hook, I use one of my strongest Higgsfield shots. As I explain each concept, I switch between cinematic shots, relevant B-roll, and screen recordings. I try to change the visual every 3 to 5 seconds. A new angle, a subtle zoom, or a completely different shot. This keeps the viewer's attention moving without feeling chaotic. Step 4. I add music. I drop a single music track under the whole video, then lower the volume until it supports the voice instead of fighting it. If I mute the music and suddenly miss it, it's at the right level. Step 5. Captions and text. I use CapCut's auto caption feature to generate subtitles. Then I quickly fix key phrases, brand names, and important terms. I keep the text style simple, one clean font, a bigger size for main captions, smaller for labels, a highlight color for important words like sovereign stack, 9 to 5, or automation. Step 6. Color and look. Finally, I apply one LUT or filter across the whole video using an adjustment layer, so everything feels like it lives in the same world. Same contrast, same color vibe. When that's done, I export the video in 1080p or 4K. Layer 3 of the Sovereign stack replaces a full-time editor and motion designer. The fourth layer is the Shorts, powered by Opus Clip. This is where the Sovereign stack stops being just a nice workflow and turns into a distribution engine. Instead of making separate content for every platform, I take the one long video I just finished and use Opus Clip to turn it into a batch of short-form clips. I upload the final video to Opus Clip. It analyzes the whole thing and finds the best hooks, the best self-contained moments, and the most engaging segments. Then it automatically creates vertical clips with a strong opening line, dynamic captions, smart reframing so the subject stays in the center. From a single long video, I might get 5, 10, sometimes even more shorts. I download the best ones, quickly tweak any captions or framing I don't like, and then schedule them as YouTube Shorts, TikToks, and Instagram Reels. Now that single piece of content has tentacles everywhere. Layer 4 of the Sovereign stack replaces a clipping editor and a social media assistant. So how does all of this actually help you exit the 9 to 5 system? Individually, each tool is cool, but together, as a Sovereign stack, they change the math. Instead of you filming everything, recording everything, editing for hours, and manually repurposing content, you become the architect. You focus on choosing the right topics, writing better ideas and scripts, and designing offers, products, or services around your audience. The stack handles the visuals, the voice, the assembly, and the short-form distribution. That doesn't mean you quit your job tomorrow. It means you stop relying on your job as the only way to survive. Over time, as you keep publishing, your content library grows, your audience grows, and your income potential grows through ad revenue, sponsorships, products, consulting, or whatever path you choose. The end goal is simple: make the 9 to 5 optional. Not because you got lucky, but because you built a system that lets you produce at a level a solo human couldn't touch a few years ago. That is what I mean by the Sovereign stack. If you found this helpful, hit like so more people can see it, and subscribe to AI Stream Vision for more real-world ways to use AI to escape the 9 to 5 system. And if you want to see how I'd use this exact stack to build a faceless AI channel from scratch, watch the next video on your screen right now.